And here we have Deluxe Breakdown in his very classic Lamborghini. It's G1 to compare to. And they get all the basic lines and shapes correctly. They get the colors more or less correctly. This one's a bit more beige, this one's a bit more white. I think I prefer the white over the beige. This might have actually been a bit more white and yellowed over the years, but I've always known it to be a bit beige. And he has the red portion of his hood, which this comes out as a lot brighter of red. Until now, I haven't realized just how bright red that is in contrast to the blue and white deco he has going on. And 15 Racing, that seems a bit strange to me, just having that on the hood of a car. I feel that would, not the hood, the windshield. The windshield of a car kind of hindering it almost in seeing out of. He doesn't have the rub sign, but he does have a hole there so that he put his weapon of this blade, maybe gun sort of dealy, but you can put it on there, shoot people up, and if you're feeling really crazy, he can have it on the back so he can do like a spin maneuver and cut some ankles. Or if we're talking about humans, probably their knees at least. But now on to transformation. And transformation is fairly simple. We just kind of pop this to pop up the windshield, then pop that back. And Breakdown is one of those characters whose personality is really defined by his name. In that he breaks down a lot. He is very known for his personality in that he is very paranoid that the entire world is out to get him. And he thinks everyone is watching him. And it really doesn't help that he's a Lamborghini. He's a nice looking car, so he does get noticed a lot. But probably not the way he thinks he's getting noticed. And then we come back here, pop that over, and then we're able to fold that down over there. And here we have Breakdown in robot mode. And in robot mode, he has a nice bit of articulation. He has ball-jointed shoulders, which lets him get a nice range. They're slightly hindered with this piece of kibble here sticking up. That's not too bad. He has an elbow that can curl all the way up, which is really nice. It's double jointed. And it's also on a ball joint, so it's able to swivel. His head is on a really decent ball joint, able to get a nice wiggle, and is very unhindered. His head is the classic block design of the old Scramble City combiners, as if we quickly transform this Breakdown, you can see he has a very blocky head, and that was a necessity of the design of the old Scramble City, because this is how they connected to the combiner. That they would pop their head into him, and so they just needed to be squared, because squares make really nice pegs. And Breakdown, the new Deluxe, is the only one that really retains the block-headedness of the Scramble City combiners. And back down to the hips, he has a rotating hip, which is kind of hindered by the kibble here. So it's not a... Oh, well, if you move his hips around, he can rotate his waist fully. His hips are also on a ball joint. They're also on kind of this weird joint like that can do that. It's strange. He has a knee joint, which is just about 90 degrees, which I'm okay with. He has a thigh swivel, which is mostly unhindered, except it doesn't want to go that way. There we go. And he doesn't have all that much foot articulation. He can move his toes, but he can't really do much with this heel. Overall, I really like how Breakdown turned out. I feel he's very reminiscent of the old Stunticons, in that his transformation's mostly the same, in that this flips back, then his legs flip around-ish. They don't flip all the way around like this Breakdowns does, but there is some pulling out and putting back into this Breakdown. And he's able to hold his weapon, either like a sword or like a gun blade, if you so desire. He also comes with this contraption here that's... who knows what this is for, but he can hold it as a gun. And that's not a horrible gun, I don't think. It has nice giant blasters looking like it. And so that means he can hold this like a sword and doesn't have to worry about being outranged or outperformed by any of the other Stunticons. So that's Generation Wars Deluxe Breakdown. Normal, and then in a darkened room, but also light. Yeah, and that's easy. And then it says, watch the Autobot come to life.